Number one question was, how can I stop attracting the same women? And how can I ignore them? I want you to picture how you often attract women in the lens of how to become rich. Attracting the same type of women, maybe they behave in a certain way, they act in a certain way. You often end up just sinking in a ship. Like you try to build a relationship, you think it's going to work, and then you realize later on that you are just maybe messing around with that lady and you are not going anywhere. Or you just ended up with the wrong lady and it has been happening consistently. And you ask yourself, what am I really doing wrong? It's all a process and just make a lot of mistakes. But you have one goal, to attract different types of women. And why do I encourage men to make mistakes? Is most of the time you can't just become a better man if you haven't made a mistake. Most of the times. You can only know that it's actually toxic, it's a bad character, after you've already experienced the character. And now maybe you are dating a woman who lacks that character. Like you do not know if your ex was toxic unless you meet with a better woman who lacks the character of your exes. What if the women that you have been meeting, they all have the same characters? Then you are the problem. Okay, don't take me wrong here. First thing is, how did you know that those characters were wrong? You only realize that because maybe you've ever dated the right lady. You know that if a lady does a certain thing, that is a red flag. But you've met with the most attractive lady and you are picking her under that influence because that is the motive behind your selection. Now that she has made a mistake, you are still entertaining her and you don't want to let her go. Why? You believe that at least she is the most attractive lady. And you are right, by the way. She will make you happy for only 1 month, maybe 2 months at most. But then after 3 months, you will realize that you need her brains, her values as a person. So every time you see a lady and you realize that you are triggered because she is attractive, and then you start acting nice, treating them better, then that is a habit and a behavior in you. You need to know your weaknesses and what is triggering you to behave and act in a certain way whenever you meet with an attractive lady. You know, women have their own language, and the language is just smiling and trying to vibe with every man because they use that to understand men's S and V. That is the language of selecting men. According to her, when she's vibing and she's laughing, she doesn't expect you to also go with the flow. Just understand her energy as a by the way, and know that she's doing you a favor and you need to reciprocate back. You will get now to screen and understand women internally and not by how they are vibing or how attractive they are. Imagine she's that much attractive and then she's vibing with you. You end up being influenced by her energy and her attractiveness, and now you end up dating her. They just want to have fun and then live their life. And now that you are laughing and you are excited when you see her, she just sees you as the guy she can take advantage of. But she doesn't know that she will do it. It's just a subconscious thing. When a woman is not seeking for a serious relationship, she will just act as if she wants a serious relationship to slowly try to mold and sway you so that you can perceive her as maybe a potential partner for you to fold, compromise your character just to accommodate her. And I know you will say, that is tough. Life is tough, man. When you work so hard on yourself and you can see the value that is in you, you wouldn't entertain any other lady because she's attractive or she is vibing with you. No. You will have a certain limit of picking women. Once you are disciplined, it's so hard to entertain low-value women. It's so hard to meet with a lady and then decide that, oh, let's just go and have fun or get pleasure when we have just known each other for 1 week. because you are operating on a system of discipline. I'm not saying that she's supposed to be a perfect human being. Don't get me wrong here. I'm trying to allow you open up your mind and stop living in a scarcity mindset. Or you met with Mary, she was the most attractive lady on that village. To live in a scarcity mindset and forget that you can get a better lady outside your village. After breaking up with Mary, you start even attracting the low value women, and you ask yourself, why am I attracting the same fucking women? It's just your display and your scarcity mindset. Next question. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the love of my life. She is really good and I always fuck up relationship. What can I do? Once you start feeling afraid, I think I will just mess up. You will eventually mess up. So you have to accept the feeling of letting go first. Assume you have already lost her and she's not there and you are alone. Eventually you're also going to fuck up this one. And trust me, the more you have the fear that you might lose someone or you will mess up and you can't handle a relationship, it will eventually happen. This won't work out for you, and that is what you are concentrating on. It will eventually happen. Like, a relationship only exists if the other person is present. If she's not present, you haven't lost anything. You are still yourself. Once you take a relationship as your own, then you are giving the other person the power. I want you to take the relationship as something that can only exist when the other person also exists. So she's not doing you a favor. You don't own a relationship, you build a relationship. When someone is supporting you, they're supporting a relationship. When you are supporting the other person, you are supporting a relationship, so that it can be a functional relationship. So caring for you builds a relationship, and you caring for her builds a relationship. That is why it is a functional relationship. Third question is, you always turn down men. What is your preference? Don't get it twisted. The other question, which country do you come from? Okay, I have received this question so many times. Can I be genuine with you? I just don't feel safe sharing where I come from, not you guys with the media. You know, once I tell you where I come from, obviously, it's public. And I know you really want to know where I come from. I understand. You will know where I come from, but just not now, for my own safety. How can I become better with the women? Do you know that you've asked the wrong question? Okay. What if you reframe the question, then you ask me, how can I become better for self-sufficiency and self-fulfillment? That allows you to forget about women and then take a moment to figure out what can make you happy. The woman that you're dating can only support you and nurture you. But once you get a purpose whereby you made your mother happy, you made your father happy, you made your sister happy, that gives you a more fulfillment feeling that is constant. You put yourself in the shoes of, I can do something for someone and I can feel fulfilled even when they do nothing for me in return. I'm going to approach Mary today, and because I have that feeling that I really like her, so I am making a move on her with an expectation of she needs to give me a chance. And when she turns down the deal, I feel heartbroken when you haven't even started a relationship with that lady.